Well, Commodity Classic is always a time when farmers gather in a place and are looking at some of the new technologies and some of the topics that are of concern to them. And last week in San Antonio, Texas, the editors and staff of Successful Farming magazine were there. And part of the things that I picked up, number one, there's really an increasing concern about GMOs, transgenic technology, among the general public. And this has been building for some time, but I think the thing that was stressed at several of the meetings were things like GMO-free Cheerios. And in fact, there's even a GMO-free rock salt that's plugged. It's just this whole marketing concept of anti-GMOs that I think is growing in concern to farmers. And I think that is something the industry is going to have to wrestle with in the coming years. This is a very fine line. This is a topic that's going to take a while to overcome the fears of consumers, because if you Google GMOs, it's just a tremendous torrent of anti-GMO information that comes up. I think there are some ways. Part of the thing is just talking with consumers and calming their fears. And I think there's a group out of Illinois called Illinois Farm Families that does a tremendous job in which farm families link with urban consumers and tell them what they do on farms and why they do it, and give them education on why they use transgenic technology. And I think that's part of the answer to this problem. Some of the other things that popped up, usually on Saturday mornings at the Commodity Classic, the sessions are winding down, they're very sparsely populated. That wasn't the case at a cover crop seminar I was at with Ray Archuleta by the NRCS. He just gave a tremendous presentation on cover crops and how they can benefit farm operations, and it was standing room only. So I think you're going to see a lot more about cover crops in the future. There's always new products that are announced at the Commodity Classic. This year, Bear Crop Science is coming out with a seed treatment called Ilevo, which will be used to help manage sudden death syndrome in soybeans. That's been a disease that has surfaced in recent years that's been really hard for soybean farmers to get a handle on. And I think this technology, which is scheduled to debut in 2015 pending regulatory approval, will be one way that they can manage this disease. Another product coming from Syngenta is Acuron, and that is a 4-way premix for corn consisting of 4 active ingredients. That's also slated for 2015 pending regulatory approval. Well, those are just some of the topics that we came across at Commodity Classic. For Successful Farming and Agriculture.com, I'm Gil Gullickson, Crops Technology Editor.